Today, November 7th, 2025, I was fishing Lake Storey, located in central Illinois. Weather was clear skies, low to mid 60s with light winds. They draw down the lake in the fall at this location. Right now it's down 5 feet. Water was slightly stained with water temperatures in the mid 50s. This is a lake I try to hit this time of year in the fall. The shallow shad wrap seems to work really well in this lake. There's a lot of rocky banks and points. There's a hookup finally. Been fishing almost an hour. Finally get a bite. Want to make sure it gets his first fish in the boat. The only thing about this crankbait and this net, they don't seem to like each other very well. This is the first fish of the day. It comes in at 183 pounds, 15 inch. Kind of fishing the same area. There's a couple stumps along this bank, just underneath the surface right now. There's another bite. Flip that one in. Another small keeper. Man, I got hooked in the head here. Bass number 2 comes in at 14.5 inches, 1.52 pounds. Tried to throw a little Ned wriggle on this bank, and I switched back to that shallow shad wrap. This seems to be a really good bait on this lake this time of year. There's another one. It's a little better fish. Bass number 3 comes in at 15.5 inches. Comes in at pound 190. Off to the right here, there's a stump just under the water there, that little black area. Right there in the red circle. Last year I probably caught a decent fish off this stump. There's a fish right by that stump. It's a small one. These little hooks on these baits are pretty sharp. Pretty snaggy too. That's bass number 4. I switch back over the Ned rig here. Trying to fish this stump, see if there's something bigger to land by it. Skies are really clear here today. Oh, there's a fish there. Oh, another little one. Not what I was hoping for. It's number 5. And I'm going to start going by another rock bank. And I switch back to the shad wrap. Right on the rocks, right on the bank. Kind of noticed today these fish are just barely getting hooked at the last hook. Man, having trouble getting this one. That's bass number 7, comes in at 12 1/4 inches. Wind's picked up a little bit. Didn't think it was supposed to blow this hard. So I started fishing this windy bank with rocks on it. And there's a fish. Oh. That's bass number 9, 14 1/2 inches, 1.72 pounds. Still fishing the same windy bank. Got snagged on a rock here. I popped it off and a fish jumped on it. Trying to keep him out of the trolling motor here. Just try to keep the net under the fish and the hooks out of the netting. Yes. Much better. Bass number 10, 14 inch, 1.57 pounds. Again, hooked on the last hooks. Well, right now we got 5 keepers at 8.54 pounds. There's another fish on this windy bank. That's another small one. A lot of small fish on this lake. I haven't really caught anything really of any big size. I think the biggest I've ever caught on this lake is probably about 3.5 pounds. But there seems to be a lot of 1.5 to 2 pound fish in this lake. Fish another same rock bank. don't think this is a fish. Oh, it is a fish. Another small one. It's bass number 12. Starting to get a little more chop on the water here. I'm almost to the east end of the lake right now. The wind's directly out of the west. I will say these little hooks, they're, like I said, they're very sticky. Don't lose a lot of fish on this bait. Now I'm in the back of a quiet cove out of the wind, and there's a little stick up there to the right side of the boat. You can kind of see it just through the net there. Caught a decent fish on this same stick up last year. And there's a fish. Same stick up. Another small one. Again, must be short striking the bait because they've all been hooked on that last hook. That's number 14 today. As far as quantity, it's been a good day. Quality has been the problem. There's some rocks and laydowns along this bank. And I got a snag here. Now, whatever it is coming to the boat. What do we got here? Looks like we got some kind of rag. Yeah, you never know what you're going to catch in the lake. That's something I found out. I've caught fishing reels, fishing rods, other lures, old cans, even a small change purse. Nothing was in it. Fishing that same bank, getting close to those laydowns. There's a fish right there. Bass number 15. Try to do a quick release and the hook will not let go. Like I said, this lake has a lot of rocks on the bank. I need to come in the spring and fish this lake when they raise the water back up. There's another one right on that rock bank. Another small one. It's bass number 16. Not bad for fishing 3 hours, catching 16 fish. You can see here the wind is really starting to pick up out of the west. Moving the boat right along here. Yeah, I am going to throw that crankbait right in between them laydowns. Caught a lot of fish over the years doing this. I'm just going to kind of pitch it in there. Let's see what we get out of here. Oh, got one right there. This is a better fish. A lot better fish than I've been catching. Oh yes, that's a lot better fish. Yeah, that crankbait comes through them tree limbs pretty good. It doesn't get snagged very much, just the shape of the bill. I've done that quite a bit over the years. This fish ate that bait pretty good. That's a lot better fish. Bass number 17, 15 and a half, comes in at 234. Nice fish for this lake. Now I'm starting heading back to the west. I got quite a ways to get to the ramp. And there's a Stickup out here. Last year I caught a couple fish on it. And the wind blew it right on the top of that Stickup. Unbelievable. Gotta get the right angle to get it off. And it's not coming off very easily. There it came off. Still gotta try to see if the fish land by it. Unfortunately there wasn't. A lot of chunk rock on this north bank on this lake. Last year I caught a real nice muskie on this bank. Oh, got a fish. That's not what I'm looking for. Ah, yes, this lake is full of these shad about this size this time of year. This bank, there's a few stumps just underneath the surface you can't see here. There's a fish right there. Flip that one in the boat. Decent fish. Bass number 18, 15 inch, 1.79 pounds. I bumped my top 5 up to 9.58 pounds today. Going to this wind, it's really picked up. Kind of crouch down to give less wind resistance. That's my theory here. And now I'm a little bit worried. I got a 5-year-old trolling battery. Bought it in November of 2020. So it's exactly 5 years old. I can tell it's losing power. I'm not too far from the ramp, so I hope I make it. Well, we made it back to the cove, out of the wind here. This big laydown here. I switched over to a Booyah Spinnerbait. Caught a lot of fish on this bait up here on this lake in the fall. And there's a fish right by that laydown there. Slinging that in the boat. ate it pretty good. Bass number 19 comes at 14 1/4, 1.7 pounds. Still throwing that spinnerbait. This cove is pretty shallow this time of year when the lake's down. About 3 foot of water in here. There's another fish. That was like a small one. Yeah, it's a small one, all right. Bass number 20. I said a lot of good day for quantity, but not quality. A lot of good scenery on this trip. All right. We're winding. Oh, here we go. Heading back to the ramp. There's a reason I like that forward-facing sonar.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Yeah, it about took a tumble in the lake. That forward-facing is good to look ahead what's on the screen there, but you got to be looking at the screen to see what's ahead, though, to use it. Now, summary for the day. I caught 20 bass. Top 5 is 9.58 pounds. 75 half inches for top 5. Big bass was 234. Top lures, caught 17 on the shad wrap, 2 on the spinnerbait, 1 on the Ned rig. And here's a Google image of where I caught my fish at, locations. If you zoom in on this picture, you'll be able to see the weights with each fish I caught and where. All the fish were caught on the south bank today. Thanks for watching.